असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय।
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय।
Good evening, all of you. Open your prayer book, go to page number 7. We will chant the slokas on the page number 7 and 8 together. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Go to page number 47 in your prayer book. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but thinking of strength. Teach men of the strength that is already within them. So these are the words of Swami Vivekananda. And here he is talking about strength. So Swamiji says that we should never brood. Brood means think again and again about weakness. We should think only about strength. We should always try to think about the solution, not the problem. So this is what Swamiji says here. So in this context, I would like to narrate a small anecdote which I read in a book. So this relates to a time when the transportation was not so well developed. So people used to walk to travel from one place to another place. So one man was going to another village and he had to cross a forest and he had to walk for 20 kilometers. So he started walking very enthusiastically. He walked very fast and he covered 8 kilometers within no time. Then he felt hungry and he had some food. Then he started walking again. After 4 kilometers, he felt thirsty. So he had some water and then started his journey once again. Then he walked very slowly. Now he was tired and he walked very slowly for the next 4 kilometers. And then he was exhausted. He didn't have any energy left in him. So he sat under a tree and he started thinking what to do because he had to cover 4 more kilometers to reach the next village and he completely was exhausted and he was feeling tired, so he didn't know what to do next. After some time he heard a sound behind him and that man turned around to see and he saw a tiger standing behind him. So on seeing the tiger, he was shocked and he jumped and started running non-stop for the next 4 kilometers and he reached the village. So this is what Swamiji meant here when he says, don't think about weakness, don't brood on weakness. We should always think about strength, which is already within us, which is already with us, inside us. So this man here thought that he could not walk and he sat down. But As soon as he saw the tiger, he started running. So he had that energy within him, but he could not realize it. So we should always think of solution, not problems. Then definitely we will overcome the weakness and we will always think about strength. That is what Swamiji says here. If we look into the next paragraph, Swamiji says, whatever you think, that you will be. If you think yourselves weak, weak you will be. If you think yourself strong, strong you will be. So here Swamiji says, our thought decides what we do and our actions. If we have pure thoughts, definitely we will do good actions, and thereby we think positively and we develop strength. If we have wrong thoughts, we have unpure thoughts, then we definitely will do wrong actions, and thereby we lose our confidence and we become weak. Here also, I would like to narrate one more anecdote. So it is about a circus. I think most of you know a circus. A circus is a show in which animals perform some tricks and we enjoy it. We enjoy watching it. So in that there is an elephant also. An elephant also performs some tricks with a ball and cycle and we enjoy it. After the show is completed, when we just go and see, the elephant is tied with a small chain. So the strength of the chain is nothing in front of the strength of the elephant. Still, the elephant never tries to break the chain. The reason for this is the elephant is brought from the forest in its babyhood. At that time, when it is tied with that chain, the elephant tries again and again to break the chain and run away. But it is unable to do so. And then the thought gets fixed in its mind that the chain is very strong. I am weak. I can't break this chain. And it grows up with that thought. And because of this reason, even though it is strengthy enough to break the chain, it never tries to break the chain. And that's why a huge animal, the largest terrestrial animal, elephant, is tied with a small chain and it stays there. So this is thought. So that is what Swamiji says. Whatever we think that we will be. So the elephant thought that it is weak, even though it is not. That is why it is there. If it thinks that it is strong, it will break the chain and leave. The same thing happens with us. As soon as we find a problem or we come across a problem or a difficulty, we also get the same feeling. So we should never think that. The thought should never get fixed in our mind that we are weak. We are naturally by birth strong, and God has given us enough strength to resolve and solve every issue and problem. So that is the thought which should be there in our mind. So these are the thoughts of Vivekananda, and Swamiji says, don't think about problems, think about solutions, and don't fix wrong ideas or thoughts in our mind. We should always have pure thoughts, thereby improve our strength. So this is what I wanted to share with you all. Thank you. Have a happy evening.